Okay, we are here today to do Sophie's 3-month update. I am just a few weeks late. She's more like 3.5 months now, but all of the notes that I have for this video were finished by the day she turned 3 months, so I'm not going to include any of the new stuff. I'm just going to talk about what was going on when she actually was 3 months old, exactly 3 months old. So, at 3 months old, Sophie weighed 13 pounds, 3.2 ounces. So that was exactly 6 pounds more than her birth weight, which means she's only about a pound away from doubling her birth weight. And she definitely feels much bigger. I don't know if you can tell from the last update I did, but she feels super chunky. You see? Looks like a very healthy baby. Okay, so straight to my notes now. She is starting to develop a lot more, like become a lot more just like a normal baby and less like a newborn. So some of the things she did this month is she started grasping for toys with her hands and putting it into her mouth. So that's been a theme this month, is everything's going into the mouth. Anything she can grab, she will put it into her mouth. I have these burp cloths a lot, and she likes to pick those up and put those into her mouth. See? Anything she can put into her mouth, it goes into her mouth. She's also drooling quite a lot. She's gotten to the wonderful stage of drooling, and it's really cute. I've noticed when she sees something she wants to put in her mouth, she starts drooling more. It's like she's salivating because she wants to be able to put the thing in her mouth. Her personality, she is very contemplative. She is seemingly serious on the one hand. She has this very sort of contemplative personality. She looks around, she's super alert. People have been saying that about her since she was born. Always like staring at things, analyzing it. She's very smiley, and she'll definitely smile at you, and we're even getting some giggles out of her now, but she's gotta think about it before she does it, you know? It's like she's gotta watch, analyze, and then she decides this is funny, and she smiles, and it's, you know, it's really sweet. But she's definitely got a more serious personality. And I'm wondering, my prediction, it's too early to say, but I do have a feeling that this is an introvert. She is going to be more introverted than extroverted, and that's much more like her father. I'm the extrovert, my husband's the introvert, and she reminds me a lot of my husband's personality. So another thing I have here in my notes is just how healthy she is. I've noticed, you know, she's been around people in the past month who have been sick with colds and things like that, and she has not gotten anything, so I feel like she's just a very healthy baby. We're still exclusively breastfeeding, and I feel like that's going well, and she's just a very healthy baby. She is, in terms of diapers, she is still in cloth diapers, and she is practically out of the newborn covers. She's been out of the newborn pre-folds for a while now. She's in the small size pre-folds, that's the yellow edge, and she's pretty much out of the newborn covers, which is crazy to me, because when I first put those on her, they were huge. So that's really saying something about her size. Her clothes, she is still in 3-month size clothing for the onesies. So what she's wearing right now, this is just a onesie, and she still fits in the 3-month size. However, she's very long. She's got long legs, which also is, that's not from me, that's from my husband. And she has been fitting better in 6-month size pants. So anything with feet on them in the 3-month size, like a sleeper, she does not really fit into those anymore because she's too long. But she does still fit into the 3-month size onesies, but it will not be much longer that she fits into those. We're going to have to move up a size here pretty soon. Let's talk about sleep. If I have maybe my top, you know, complaint, that's not really the right word to use, but the hardest thing we've dealt with so far is sleep, because I definitely have a baby who hates to be put down. She just loves to be held, and obviously I love that in some ways because I get to hold my baby a lot, but it's really tricky when you're talking about naps and bedtime, and you can't put the baby down without her getting really upset. She still I'll say she's getting better. I've been practicing. We practice every day, putting her down for a nap in her crib, in her co-sleeper. I've done things to try to make it more cozy and comfortable for her. I put her down drowsy, before she's fully asleep, and, try to soothe her to sleep, or have her soothe herself to sleep when she's drowsy. I've tried putting her down when she's fast asleep. We try lots of things, and we do practice, and I will say she's getting better. She will now take 1 half-hour nap in the morning in her crib. But besides that, the rest of her naps are on me. I wear her either my Moby wrap or my boba. And at nighttime, she sleeps, but again, she has to be with us. So I'm still co-sleeping with her because that's what works. I'll tell you, before I had her, I was not planning on doing that. But I, have this baby who won't sleep otherwise. And if I want to get sleep, or if my husband wants to get sleep, it's the way it's got to be. So we're still co-sleeping at night, and it's getting easier because I'm able, halfway through the night or a couple hours after she's fallen asleep, I can roll her over and sleep with her next to me instead of, touching me. She can just be next to me. So that's the thing with her sleep. Also, she's reverted a little bit with sleep. When she was younger, like for the 2-month update, I was saying that she was like sleeping for really long stretches at night. She's not doing that anymore. She's waking up pretty much every 3 hours to nurse. So she's gotten a lot hungrier at night than she was a month ago. And yeah, I'd say my sleep is suffering a little bit because of that. She's also a very light sleeper. My gosh, like naps. I would love it if I could do more, when I'm wearing her and she's napping. But if I, start jostling around or moving or talking or anything, she wakes up. Like, she's a super light sleeper. So anyway, that's the story with sleep. See, here's some drool. All right, other things. We got her passport, which is good because we are planning an international trip here pretty soon to go meet her grandparents on the other side of the family. My husband's parents live overseas, so we got her passport. Oh, another thing we got this month is her bumbo seat, and that has been a game changer for me because, like I said, I have a baby who doesn't ever want to be put down. And so it's pretty difficult to do things one-handed all the time. And after I got the bumbo seat, I was able to do a lot more cooking and other things that require both hands. And she enjoys it. Like, she can sit up really well. And I will just plop her in the bumbo while I cook my breakfast or whatever. And I'll give her some toys to chew on and to play with. And she's pretty content in the bumbo seat. She's being cute. Okay, about pacifiers and bottles, she, when she was littler, like a month ago, she would suck on a pacifier every so often. I mean, she's never really loved pacifiers, but if we were out in public and she was fussy and, needed something, she would suck on a pacifier. Well, she's kind of reverting there too. She now only really chews on a pacifier and doesn't seem to really love it. And I recently tried a bottle with her because I went somewhere and my husband stayed home with her, and there was some of my breast milk in a bag, and he tried feeding her with the bottle, and she absolutely wouldn't take it. Since then, we've tried a couple more times, and again, she just chews on the bottle, on the nipple of the bottle. She doesn't know how to suck on it. She doesn't really know what it does. So she does not take a bottle yet. If anybody has any recommendations for different nipples or bottles that might be easier for her. She's a breastfed baby, and so if you have any suggestions about bottles that I might have better luck with, she's using the Avent Natural. It's the one that I tried, and yeah, she just has no clue what to do with it. Other things that she likes doing, she loves mirrors. She really, like if we go into the bathroom and just stand in front of the mirror, she looks at herself and she just laughs and smiles. She loves the mirror. She also loves our dog. The very first time we heard like a pretty real laugh, like a ha ha ha, giggle, was when our dog Archie was playing with one of his toys and he was, going with his toy, and she just cracked up laughing. If I'm having a hard time with her, if she's being particularly fussy, I will just sit down on the floor with her in front of Archie and let her watch him, and she really loves watching the dog. And so it's sweet to see the two of them getting to know each other more. She's also started, this might not sound like much, but it's something new that she started doing that she was not doing when she was younger, and that is she looks up at things. instead of just, you know, looking out this way, she will stare up. So if I'm wearing her in my boba or my Moby, I'll look down and she's staring up at me like this, smiling at me, or maybe she'll giggle when I look at her. But that's something new that both my husband and I noticed, how she stares up at things. It's like she's discovered that there's things, you know, above her. Tummy time. She's getting a lot better at tummy time. I'll insert a clip of that so that you can see how she holds herself up really well. And she's even starting to enjoy it a little bit. Like, she doesn't just feel miserable in tummy time anymore. I put toys in front of her, and she's starting to realize that she can play when she's in tummy time, and that's getting a lot easier. Something else I'll talk about, because she's doing it right now, is how vocal she's gotten. My gosh, she makes so many different sounds now. It's not just cries to let me know if she's hungry or tired. Like, she does this. She does a lot of babbling and talking. Like, just all sorts of different sounds. And I'll try to insert a clip. There's this thing she started doing right around 3 months, where she started this new whiny sound, where she would just whine at me like, this really squeaky thing. I had never heard it before, but like I said, she's making new sounds every day. It's like she's experimenting with her voice box or something, and it's pretty cute. I don't mind it. It's pretty cute until it goes on for hours. Then it's not so cute. Nom, 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 nom. She also really enjoys being read to. My husband and I both love that activity with her, reading books to her, and she loves it. I think she is understanding now what story time is. You know, she sits down on our laps really nicely, and she looks at the book, and, you know, when I point, whoop, bless you. When I point to the page, she looks at that page, and I point to that page, she looks at that page. You know, she's really into it, and I enjoy doing that. So one of the things I've started doing now is reading her the same book every night before bed. Like, we're establishing like a bedtime routine, and she really likes that. I mean, I read to her throughout the day as well, but it's one of the things we do to wind down at night, and I find that to be really special time, and I think that she likes it a lot. Alright, so that is the end of my notes, and I just want to make sure that I haven't forgotten anything. I think I mentioned we're still exclusively breastfeeding, and that's going really well. I feel like we've gotten into a groove with breastfeeding. She is a pro now. Like, she knows exactly what to do. I know what to do. I've breastfed in public several times now. I remember the first time I did that, that's kind of like an ordeal the first time you try breastfeeding in public, but now I feel like I got it down. So if we're ever out and she needs to eat, I don't mind doing that. And like I said, she's waking up more at night, not less. She's started, you know, waking up at like every 3 hours to eat. And she does not take a bottle. And this last month, I actually got mastitis, which sucked because I'm still having a lot of engorgement issues and oversupply. If you guys are interested in me doing an in-depth video all about breastfeeding and my experience breastfeeding and how it's been, I could do that, including, you know, talking about how blood sugars have been during breastfeeding. But yeah, I did get a bout of mastitis, which sucked, and I had to be put on an antibiotic, and it cleared it up. And anyway, I hope that doesn't happen again. But yeah, we're really hitting our stride with breastfeeding, and I think that pretty soon here it's going to be smooth sailing. Okay, so I think that is it for Sophie's 3-month update. So alright, do you want to say anything else, Sophie? Is there anything you forgot to say? Oh, burp? Oh, excuse you. Okay, so there she is, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I'll do my best to get back to you. And until then, I will see you in my next video. Bye!